When I say it's an illusion, don't believe it. Right? The next question which should come to your mind is, why is it an illusion? Why do you say it's an illusion? Why? It is this. Now, yes, we cannot reject for a moment there is something existing. No, maybe not, right? But for now we see there is something existing in the outside world. The colors. Look at these colors around you. Look at the space around and look at the people next to you. Something is there. Maybe not. Right? But how do we experience this reality? Through 5 senses plus the mind through 6 senses. Eyes, nose, ears, the tongue, the skin and the mind. Right? Now when we see things through our eyes, not only eyes, all these 6 senses goes through 2 sieves. It is been sieved by 2 events. First one is a physiological event. Second one is a psychological event. Right? What is the physiological event? Every one of us have limitations in our senses. Now you have to wear glasses to see me, but she doesn't have it. That's a limitation. It differs. And a man and woman, there are certain levels of identification of colors. Men's clothing are always dull, black, why is that? Because the men cannot differentiate colors as much as women. But when you go to the women's department at a clothing store, you can find different green colors. For us it's just simply green, but you have Australian green, grass green and some green and that green. Lot of range and array of greens. That's because a physiological difference between human female eye and the male eye. So I don't have to repeat this to all the other senses. Each of us have limitations which differs from your experience, physiological experience from hers. So when you experience differently through your senses, can you be 100% sure that you are seeing the same reality that she does? But the reality cannot be like that. Buddha identified it. This was 2500 years ago. And even in the Vedic scripts, Shiva, Vishnu, all these sages, they identified it. There is a physiological barrier for our experience which makes us to live in different realities, not in the same reality. Second barrier is a psychological event that depends on the data which we have. Now let's say I am talking in English and you can understand it. Why? You have the English vocabulary inside you. The data is there. If I start to preach in Sinhala, will you understand? You might know Ayubowan. You know Ayubowan? That's the only thing because you have the data. Right? Can you see this is data driven? The psychological barrier is data driven. And a youngster, a Gen Z population might know about these smartphones more than you. But if you're given a cutting edge technology device, you don't know how to handle it. That all depends on the data in the mind. That's another tremendous barrier which limits or expands the human experience. First one is a physiological barrier. Second one is a psychological barrier. Now just imagine, we say we experience the world. But can it be the same? The world which I experience is different from the world that you experience. There are about 9 members here at this forum. We do not dwell in same Sri Lanka. You have not lived in same US. We are not in this universe, the same universe. We are in 9 different universes. Right? That is why there's a problem about the reality that we experience. Now what was my question? Why we should be mindful? Unless we are mindful, we think we live in the same experience. Unless we are mindful. But if we are mindful, then we know we live in different realities. Now, just recollect some your old memories where you had your last argument with your husband or wife or your daughter or children or your co-workers. You were fighting with another individual. He says something. He says, there is 6 here. You say, no, there is 9 here. Seeing letter 6 from this angle is my experience. But from your angle, yes, you are right, you see the number 9. But you were arguing. We were in a conflict with each other, not knowing that we experience 2 different realities. That is why Buddha says we have to be mindful and simply know that we live in 2 different experiences.